So you're telling me here's a woman whose husband is secretly manufacturing drugs, lying to her, endangering her family with all these dangerous cartels, and literally telling her that she's his hostage. And yet, she's the problem? When Breaking Bad aired, a massive portion of the audience didn't sympathize with Skylar. They hated her. Some even directed that hatred towards Anna Gunn to the point of online threats, which is really fucking dumb. How can you judge a real-life actress for the actions of a fictional character? Like, that's really dumb. So how did a character who was, by all accounts, a victim become one of TV's most despised wives? The answer lies in how Breaking Bad manipulated us and how much of our reaction reflects society's deep-rooted biases about women, wives, and the roles we think we should play. From the very beginning, Skylar is positioned as Walter's opposing force. While Walt is out there reinventing himself as Heinsberg, she's the one questioning him, pressing him for the truth, trying to hold him accountable. And because of how the show is told through Walt's perspective, her opposition feels more like nagging. Her insistence on asking about the family's finances or challenging his secrecy feels like she's holding him back, keeping him from his grand destiny. But let's pause. What is she really doing? She's trying to pay for her husband's cancer treatment. She's trying to protect her children. She's trying to live in reality while Walt is building a fantasy empire. And yet, the audience found it easier to root for a man who kills, lies, and manipulates than for a woman who simply said, "This is wrong." Part of it comes down to gender expectations. Walt is portrayed as taking risks, providing for his family, reclaiming his masculinity. While Skylar, on the other hand, is framed in ways that tap into stereotypes of feminine vanity, painting her nails, smoking while pregnant, or micromanaging household logistics. It builds an image of her as trivial or hypocritical, even though her actions are often the only ones reasonable in the entire show. And here's the kicker. When Skylar does exactly what Walt does, compromise her morals for money, she gets dragged for it. She's called a hypocrite, while Walt is applauded as ambitious. When she is strong, she is hated for being controlling. When she is weak, she's hated for not leaving him. She cannot win. And that's not a coincidence. The writers of the show guided us to sympathize with Walt long past the point of morality and to blame Skylar for the sins she did not commit. How much we hated her said less about the character and more about our own biases, our discomfort with women who refuse to be passive while their husbands destroy everything around them. At the end of Breaking Bad, Walter admits the truth. I did it for me. Not for Skylar, not for the kids, for himself. And yet, so many of us were angrier at Skylar for smoking a cigarette than at Walt for building a meth empire. Y'all owe Skylar an apology. Not because she was perfect, but because she was punished by an audience for being human, and for being a woman who refused to play the role we wanted her to. If you enjoyed this essay, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Were you pro Skylar or anti Skylar while watching the show? Tell me about it. Bye.